Good morning, grade 7 students. This is Miss Moni. Today is March 19, 2020. We're going to start chapter 5, seed plants, lesson 1, the characteristics of seed plants. This is the first part of lesson 1. Please open your books to page 136. The objectives of the lesson. In this lesson, we're going to identify the characteristics of seed plants. We're also going to explain how seeds become plants. What is seed plant? Seed plants are plants that emerge from seeds. They share two important characteristics. 1, they have vascular tissue. 2, they use pollen and seeds to reproduce. In addition, they all have same body parts that include roots, stem, and leaves. Characteristics of seed plants. Vascular tissue. All plants that live on land need adaptations to survive. One of the most important adaptations is vascular system. It helps transport materials and supports the plant. Plants have two types of vascular tissues. The phloem is the vascular tissue through which food moves, and the xylem is another type of vascular tissue that moves water and minerals from the soil throughout the plant. Pollen and seeds. Seed plants can live in a variety of environments. They produce pollen, which are the sperm cells, to fertilize the eggs that later becomes a seed. A seed is a structure that contains a young plant inside a protective covering. How seeds become plants? The seed has three major parts. First, we're going to see the structure of the seed. The structure of the seed has three main parts. The seed coat, it is the outer covering of the seed that protects the seed. The embryo, it is inside the seed. It is the young plant that develops from a zygote or a fertilized egg. The embryo has the beginnings of roots, stems, and leaves. Finally, the cotyledons, it is where the seed stores its food. You can see the structure of the seed in the figure illustrated below. The seed coat is the outer covering, the embryo is this tiny plant that is inside the seed, and the cotyledon is this space between the seed coat and the embryo. It stores food. After the seed has formed, it needs to be dispersed. How seeds are dispersed? The seeds are usually scattered far from where they are produced. Seeds are dispersed in many ways. One method involves other organisms that eat the fruits and deposit the seeds in another place. Another way is by water or wind when they are carried from place to another. And finally, some plants eject their seeds, which scatter them in many directions. How seeds become plants? After a seed is dispersed, it may remain inactive for a while before it starts germination. Germination occurs when the embryo begins to grow and pushes out of the seed after taking enough water from the environment. You can see how the seed changed into a plant in the figure below. First, the seed was inactive, then it started germination, and then the plant started growing out of the seed to grow further and further and become a big plant. As a conclusion, seed plants have two main characteristics. They have vascular tissue and they use pollen and seeds to reproduce. As an assignment for next time, please study pages 136 to 140 from the book and check the slides below to highlight the required information on your books. Thank you.